Bass Country 106 J and Laney J live. Good morning, Laney J.
Good morning.
All right. For that moment you've all been waiting for, let's go to the phone lines, Laney J.
Good morning, Chris of the Eli Young Band. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. How y'all doing?
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Yes,
asking.
we are awesome. Thank you so much. You've been up baking this morning.
Yes. Tell us about that. What you been baking?
So the kids started their fall break today, so I woke up a little bit early for whatever reason, and my wife just got muffin tops. So it's like blueberry muffins, but it's just the top, so you're basically making like a cookie.
Nice.
And the kids want to make them and put sprinkles on them and all that. So it's a rare Friday when the band's not on the road. So you got to make the best out of it and have fun at home.
That actually sounds pretty good.
I love that.
Yeah, I ain't mad about it. Sounds
love
good.
that.
It is a muffin tops.
I'm telling you.
They're really good. I was surprised. They're really good.
Excellent, excellent. All right. Well, first and foremost, you guys have been doing this for a long time. How long has this been? Like, what is it, Laney J? About
It's been over 20
plus
years, yeah.
Absolutely. What?
Yeah, I think we're about to hit 26 years actually now. I think let's see, coming up. Well, we got a couple more months, but yeah, 25 for sure.
Nice.
I like that. What do you think's kept you guys together and grounded through all these years?
Well, the four of us met in college, and we were just buddies who liked hanging out with each other. So that was that was a big part of it. And then we kind of realized we had a singer and a guitar player and a drummer and a bass player, and we all love music and played in bands and all that kind of stuff before college. And so we started jamming together, and then really kind of in our early 20s, we sort of got all the big fights that break bands up out of the way. Like stuff about money or how we tour, or rules for girlfriends or whatever kind of silly stuff that makes bands fight. And then after that, we started having some success at country radio, and then the rest is pretty much history.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
I think that's good. You got all that out of the way.
Yeah,
Like, all right,
yeah.
let's get it done
yeah,
now.
Then you don't have to. That seems
right.
like most of the things that are issues that
We're
pop
going to
up.
be successful. You guys aren't. Nobody's messing it up.
Well,
We
Crazy Girl and Even If It Breaks Your Heart are the songs that I'm still cranking up to this day when they come on. Matter of fact, I just had to have it on just a few minutes ago, Laney J.
Yes.
So when you hear songs like that now, do you still feel the same like when you made them, or does it have a different effect to you now?
I mean, we've lived with those songs and played them live for so many years past when we recorded them, that they've kind of changed a little bit and evolved, and like they do. And it's always fun to hear those songs on the radio, and it's like, oh, that's a younger version of yourself doing their best, or whatever. And so that's how we grow and evolve on different records. And but either way, it's still always just a blast to hear any of our songs on the radio. And we always, to this day, get super excited. The other day we were in a minivan driving through Nashville going to some event or whatever, and Whiskey Told You, our latest single, came on, and we were all like, all right, yeah. It's still a lot of fun.
I love that. Still excited about hearing it on the radio. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Absolutely.
I like that. Now, your new album, Strange Hours. Now, that's come out at a pretty frustrating time, but it is full of heart and energy. And what do you think that you guys' biggest creative breakthrough was during the process of that album?
That's a great question. This record we made totally on our own. We decided to go back to the studio in Denton, Texas, where we started recording and started making records then, and invited down two of our favorite producers and songwriters that we work with all the time from Nashville, and they came and basically lived in Denton for a week or two, and we just we'd roll in the studio in the morning, coming from school drop-offs and making breakfast, and then work all day and come home. And I think that flow really just helps creativity, and because usually most of the time we'll fly up to Nashville, we'll stay in Nashville for a couple of days and record at nice studios up there and that kind of stuff. And so the four of us said, hey, you know what, we want to, be home and do it our way. And everyone was on board. And it was it was just a really great experience. And then also we just had a great, batch of songs to go through, and we had the time to kind of change things and really like try to get, on record the musical ideas and the lyrical ideas that, we felt like have been missing from previous records. So it was just, the whole thing was a blast. And, we made one of the records that I'm most proud of. I told my wife, if the kids are ever really wanting to hear their dad play on a record, play this record, because it's my favorite by far.
I love that.
Me too.
Aw. Well, you guys have been through a lot of changes in the music industry. Think about it, like from CDs to streaming to TikTok even.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's been the hardest part of adapting through all that, and what's made it better for you?
It's really funny because when we started the band, there was just a whole system in place that had been around for decades, basically. And we were like, okay, so now we learned the system, and then all of a sudden, streaming was getting bigger, and, the music sales business was starting to change. And so we just it kind of felt like we jumped on the top of like a tidal wave, and we've just been riding it out ever since. But you just, like you were saying, you just adapt. You kind of, pay attention to what's working and find the people to work with that, kind of can get in those avenues. And fortunately for us, it's, we've been successful at it. And and then also, that keeps things new, just trying to relearn stuff or change approaches or, connect with fans in different ways. Like, it kind of keeps everything fresh. I mean, we were talking the other day about, we don't know how it's been 25 years. It feels like we've been a band for like 4 or 5 years at this point, but that's just because every couple of years, there's just a new thing and new stuff's happening, and, it's exciting.
yeah. You mentioned riding it out. You guys are road warriors.
Yes, you are. You're touring. You're out there. What's one thing that keeps you guys grounded when you're away from home for weeks at a time?
It sounds corny, but we honestly have fun together. I mean, we have kind of home life where, we're dads, and things are a little more serious. And, and then when we get on the road, we go back to being, 20-year-olds just goofing off and having fun and telling dumb jokes and all that kind of stuff. So we just enjoy each other's company and hanging out. And, and at this point in our lives too, we all really appreciate that we've gotten to be around for so long, and, and kind of have had the success and the fun that we've had. So we don't take it for granted.
I love that. It's all about family, for sure.
It is.
For sure. Well, I got a question for you. If you could collaborate with anyone right now, country or not, who's at the top of your list?
I'm a little biased right now. My wife and I went and saw Keith Urban last night, and the show was so awesome. And I was like, that he's one person that's been on our list for decades now, and we've never really gotten to work with him on anything too specific. So that would be, absolutely amazing. But Morgan Wallen, of course, is doing all sorts of great stuff. I love Eric Church. I'd do anything, if he gave us a call.
Oh, I would too.
There's a couple others. Yeah.
That would be an awesome collab.
Yeah, all three of those would
Yes.
be great.
Either any or all. Yes.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Well, it's nice to know. It's nice to know that you went to a Keith Urban concert. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
go in and supporting other artists. I love that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been a fan of his forever. The funny thing is with that, my wife has been a fan since she was like, I don't know, a kid or whatever. But she's seen him 10 times, or she saw him 10 times, like between, I don't know, 15 and 30 or something like that. And
Wow.
So for the past couple of years, she's been like, we got to go together and see a show. And so we've been trying for, I think, 3 or 4 years to find something that works with the band schedule, that works with the family schedule. And so that show was finally the one. We finally got to go do it. And it was fantastic.
That's to him. That's my Bon Jovi concert. No, what was it? What was his name? I forgot. Yeah, it was a Bon Jovi. Yeah, my wife loves some Bon Jovi, so I had to go watch John Bon Jovi with her.
Yeah, well, which is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that though.
It's
all
one
right.
of those, like you have to do it, but you don't mind doing it.
That's right. And that's how it was for him. Like, I think he's been to a Yanni concert too, which he enjoyed very much. So, okay, I got another question for you. I want to ask you about your songwriting. Since y'all been together for so long, do you feel like your songwriting has evolved to where you guys are just more natural at it now since you've been doing it for so long?
Yes, I think that's just part of the process. And I found in recent years, it really is easier to kind of, someone just brings up a topic or an idea or something. It's really easier to kind of jump in and sort of flesh it out with something that's a little more meaningful. When we were younger, starting out writing songs, it'd be like, I love you. Do you love me? The sky is blue. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or whatever. Like now it's like, we need something that's a little more, we need to say something, a little bit better. And I think that's gotten easier over the years.
That's good.
No, I agree.
You learn.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, I love your shows. Fans love you guys' live shows. They're genuine. We're talking real instruments, real vocals, real energy. What do you guys, what makes that, what helps that become a part of every single night for you guys? Is there something like a pre-show ritual you guys have, or is it just kind of part of who you are so it comes naturally?
When we started the band, like we were all big like rock fans and that kind of stuff, and as well as country too. But like we really wanted to come out from day number one and have a high energy show and try to really, just like most entertainers, give the crowd a good show. And so I think there's just kind of an unspoken thing that, even if you're not feeling it on a certain night or whatever, like we try to lift each other up. And we know the expectation is to do your best and, or try your best at least. And then it gets so easy with fans at the shows because when they're just having a great time, it just makes us have so much more fun and it just feels like a big community together. And, I love the feeling of getting that energy from the crowd. It's the most amazing thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
you do. You guys do have some special fans. That's for sure.
And definitely amazing energy.
Yeah. If you had to pick one song from the whole catalog that could best represent the Eli Young Band today, what would it be? What would that one song be?
I think the one song that kind of like embodies like our whole career and like, as far as songwriting, like lyrics, also music and recording and overall vibe of the band would be Even If It Breaks Your Heart. I think that's really like the one that when we recorded that song, we're like, this is the sound of our band. Like, this is what we do when we're kind of at our best. And so, I'd say Even If It Breaks Your Heart.
I love that.
That's a great answer. I love that song, too.
Yes.
Have you, okay. So, know where we're at. We're in Southeast Oklahoma, obviously.
Right.
You guys you're coming to perform at Hochatown.
Yes.
And we're really looking forward to that. I hope you guys know you have a lot of fans here.
Yes.
Awesome.
Have you ever been to the area before, or is this going to be the first time?
We have actually. So our bass player John, he and I went up there. I don't know, a couple months ago, and we were hanging around, and because we all have friends and neighbors that are up there all the time, and we actually went into the venue we're playing, and we're like, we should play here. This would be awesome. And we're like, we should bring the kids and do like a little family thing and all that. And so we called our booking agent and we're like, hey man, check this place out. And he was like, all right. And then a couple months later, the show was booked. So it's rare that we scout out a venue. Usually our booking agent's like, you're going here, you're going to play here, blah blah blah. But we found the whole thing and we're super excited to be there, and it's going to be fun.
That's cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. We love the Hochatown Saloon here. And not only that, but they have brought in some huge artists over the years. Matter of fact, I'm going to point this one out. I know this is off genre, but they had Petey Pablo. As a 90s teenager, they had Petey Pablo up there. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but no, we love the Hochatown Saloon, and we love that some of these artists are seeing the saloon, especially because they're going and visiting Broken Bow or Hochatown.
That's right. And we hope that you guys love it and enjoy your show that night. I mean, I'll be there.
I'll be there.
We're fans, so we're super excited about it, and I hope that you enjoy it and Hochatown as well, especially your family.
It's going to be great. We're excited.
I love it. Well, was there anything else that you wanted, Laney J? Before I don't want to cut you off or anything.
No, you
I know
didn't.
He's a busy man, though.
That's right.
Okay.
But we love you guys, love your music, and we appreciate y'all keeping on that 26 plus years.
Chris, it's been a pleasure. Anything you wanted to say before we wrap it up?
I just got to get back to muffins, man.
Well, you enjoy those muffins.
I love it. He took time out of his muffin morning for us, and I appreciate that.
Yes, we do. Very much so, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you very much, y'all. You have a good one.
All
as
right.
well.
See you in a few weeks.
All right. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, man.
What an awesome guy.
What a great guy.
Man, we've been
Talking
blessed.
about
Yeah.
Chris Thompson, Eli Young Band. He's the
Yes.
drummer, right?
Yes, he sure is.
Drummers are cool.
I know, obviously.
Why are the drummers always the cool ones?
They are the coolest. I'm excited. That was great.
All right, that's going to do it for us.
Have a great day, you guys. Great
Yes.
weekend.
Monday morning, Jay and Laney J Live kicking off at 7:10 in all the chats at KKBI FM on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.